She was just a single mom working late, cleaning offices she could never afford to step foot in by day. But one night, when she overheard two guards whispering in Chinese, she realized their words could mean life or death, and what she did next changed everything. Before we begin this emotional and suspenseful journey, make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Grateful Tales for more inspiring real-life stories. Tell us in the comments, where are you watching from? Your support helps us bring more powerful stories of hope and humanity to life. Maya had always believed that silence was safety. After losing her husband and working 3 jobs to raise her little boy, she learned to keep her head down and her words soft. Every night she mopped the marble floors of one of the city's tallest buildings, a place filled with wealth, power, and people who never looked her way. But on one ordinary night, as the clock neared midnight and the office lights dimmed, something unusual caught her attention. 2 of the building's security guards stood near the elevator, whispering rapidly in Chinese. Maya didn't mean to listen, but being half Chinese herself, she understood every single word. Her blood ran cold when she realized what they were saying. The older guard was calm, but the younger one's voice trembled. They were talking about finishing the job before the boss left the building. At first, she thought maybe it was some casual gossip or an inside joke. But then she heard the name Mr. Liang, the billionaire CEO who owned the entire company and who had come to the office late that night for an emergency meeting. Maya froze behind a cleaning cart, her mop trembling in her hands. They were planning something dangerous, something that could happen within minutes. Her heart pounded as she debated what to do. Should she run? Should she call someone? She was a nobody, a cleaner, invisible to everyone who mattered. But she couldn't just ignore it. She thought of her son, sleeping at home, and how she'd want someone to protect him if he were in danger. Taking a deep breath, she pushed her cart toward the elevator, pretending to wipe the floor. As she got closer, the 2 guards looked at her sharply. "You're working late tonight," one said in English. She smiled nervously, replying, "Just finishing up, sir." She kept moving, but her mind raced for a way to warn Mr. Liang without exposing herself. When the elevator dinged, she saw her chance. The guards followed her gaze, expecting someone to step out. And sure enough, Mr. Liang emerged, looking tired but composed. He nodded politely at them before turning toward his private office. Without thinking, Maya whispered in Mandarin, "Don't go inside." Mr. Liang froze, confused. He turned around slowly, his eyes narrowing. "What did you say?" he asked softly in Chinese. Maya's hands trembled as she repeated, "Don't go inside. They're planning to hurt you." For a moment, silence filled the marble lobby. The guards exchanged glances, realizing they'd been understood. The younger one reached into his pocket, and Maya's stomach dropped. But before he could move further, Mr. Liang's personal assistant appeared from around the corner, followed by 2 other security personnel who had just arrived from the parking lot. The scene exploded into chaos, shouting, movement, and fear. Within seconds, the 2 whispering guards were restrained, and one of them dropped a small metallic device that clattered to the floor. Maya turned pale. It wasn't just a robbery. It was something far worse. Later that night, after the police arrived and statements were taken, Mr. Liang personally approached Maya. He was a man who rarely showed emotion. But that night his expression was soft, almost humble. "You understood them," he said quietly. "If you hadn't spoken up, I might not be alive." Maya shook her head, tears forming in her eyes. "I just did what anyone would do," she murmured. But deep down, she knew most people wouldn't have risked it. He looked at her for a long moment before saying, "No, you did what a good heart does." Days turned into weeks, and Maya tried to return to her normal routine. But normal didn't stay for long. One evening, she received a call from the company's HR department. Her contract had been changed. Instead of a cleaning job, she'd been offered a permanent position as a translator and liaison for the building's international team. Mr. Liang had personally recommended her. The pay was more than she had ever dreamed of. Enough to move her and her son into a small but cozy apartment near his school. Months later, at the company's annual celebration, Maya stood among executives and guests, her son proudly holding her hand. When Mr. Liang went up to give his speech, he paused midway and looked straight at her. "Sometimes heroes don't wear suits," he said with a faint smile. "Sometimes they wear cleaning uniforms." The entire hall erupted in applause, and Maya felt her eyes well with tears she couldn't hold back. That night, as she tucked her son into bed, he asked, "Mom, are you happy now?" She smiled through her tears and whispered, "Yes, sweetheart, because we did the right thing, even when it was hard." And in that quiet moment, She realized that bravery wasn't about being fearless. It was about choosing to act when everyone else stays silent. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Grateful Tales for more emotional stories, inspiring real-life moments, and powerful tales of faith and humanity. Tell us, where are you watching from, and what did this story teach you about courage and kindness?